Hi there, this is Solitary Ronan from Solitary Ronan Films, and welcome to our random review. It's time for my latest favourite film of the year so far that I've watched. This is from 2004, and this is Kamikaze Girls. From Japan, directed by Nakashima Tetsuya, who also directed Memories of Matsuko. And also Confessions. This was recommended by SJS Arts, because I believe, I don't want to misquote him, but I do believe he said it was, once he saw it, was one of his favourite films. And the same thing happened to me. There's some films that you watch and they're a bit of a slow burn. You're thinking, okay, this is good, and then something happens and it elevates it to greatness. And then there's other films that you watch and within 2 minutes you just go, I'm going to love this. Kamikaze Girls is one of those films. Within the first 2 minutes I was like, this is going to be fantastic. And it was based on an anime. It's really the story of two girls who are completely different. One, Momoko, played by Fukada Kayoko. Again, both these female actors have been in films that you will have seen, from The Ring 2, Dolls, Sakuran, Yatterman. They are recognisable and they're both wonderful. And Ichigo. Momoko is really the powering force of the film. They're both just about to leave high school, but she's into the 18th century France period of Rococo, so she dresses like this, and wishes she was born in another time. And then you have Ichigo, who is a member of a female motorcycle gang, even though they drive scooters. There she is there. So they're completely contrasting styles, but they become sort of friends. They have a kind of love-hate relationship. You could see it as a lesbian film in some regards, even though they're both in their own little world. Because Ichigo does headbutt Momoko quite a lot, and in Glasgow a headbutt's called a Glasgow kiss, so if you replace the headbutt with a kiss every time, then they have a passionate relationship of headbutting going on. It's just wonderful. It's a comedy, but it's also about things. It's about the need to be an individual, which is obviously an interesting take on Japan historically, because that was always, we are one, and individuals, what's the thing that used to say in Japan, the plant that sticks its head up gets its head chopped off. So again, it's the need to be an individual, but it's also about the need to belong. So Ichigo initially is this rebel who spits hilariously, and she has that Yakuza pout down with her bottom lip, whereas you have this individual in Momoko who doesn't care how she looks. She refuses to wear tracksuits like everybody around her does. She wants to be an individual. She likes wearing different things, while Ichigo wants to be a member of the group. Well, that may change later in the film. Again, I don't want to go into too many plot points, because they're just too funny to go into, or individual moments because they're too wonderful to get into. But it is just a classic opposites getting together and becoming friends. The cinematic tricks and techniques that Nakashima Tetsuya uses are just brilliant. There's animation, the still photography, there's fourth wall breaking. Momoko does talk to the camera a lot. When Ichigo's telling her stories, she will do a voiceover of saying this took 40 minutes, so she'll turn to the camera and say, I'll just tell you like the important bits. They even have the audacity to use Johann Strauss' Blue Danube, which is obviously famous for 2001. I mean, that piece of music is just 2001, but they even have the audacity in 2004 to use it. Again, Momoko and Ichigo just have, they're right in there with the greatest on-screen chemistry. Again, I had a little bit of trepidation before I watched it, because Memories of Matsuko was good for me, but at 130 minutes it was too long, whereas at 108 minutes Kamikaze Girls is too short. It should have been 803 minutes, because you just want to spend more time with these two girls. There really should have been about 10 sequels to this. Hopefully there will be one day. There's even a fairly obvious nod to Aki Kaurismäki with this low level Yakuza character who could fit into Leningrad Cowboys anytime he likes. It's just so wonderful. Again, I think SGS talked about, the colour and the aesthetic of the film. It has that kind of 2000s Japan, kind of greenish yellow, that kind of bright look to it. It's just an absolute joy. It's one of those films that just gives you, puts a smile on your face, which is rare these days and very valuable these days. But it's also one of those films that you're glad you listen to recommendations by other YouTubers. You're glad that you do blind buys. I mean, I probably would have picked this up eventually. It has been in my basket for a while, my virtual basket. I probably would have picked up eventually just because it's Third Window, so you kind of know what you're getting with Third Window. But again, this is why I do blind buys. This is why I will pick up recommendations by other people, because you could go your whole life without seeing Kamikaze Girls, and that would be a tragedy. Is it going to be for everybody? Perhaps not. But let's be honest, not every film ever made is for everybody. It's just full of wonderful characters. Even Momoko's deadbeat dad, he tries his best. Her mother that left for happiness. The fashion designer that Momoko helps out. It's full of wonderful characters. It is hilarious. It'll put a smile on your face. It looks amazing. And the two leads are just sensational. This is a Blu-ray and DVD set. So the DVD has the extras. Unfortunately, the extras aren't on Blu-ray. Not that it matters that much, let's be honest. But there's a lot of extras. There's interviews with Nakashima Tetsuya and cast members Toshiya Anna and Fukada Kayoko. And there's the Birth of Unicorn Luigi short film. There's a 40-minute making of. There's work print footage. There's Toshiya Anna's music video and trailers for other third window releases, and this is a region B. So if you're region A, go buy a multi-region player and watch Kamikaze Girls, because it's absolutely fantastic. It's my film of the year so far. I know I keep saying that, but it's an absolute stunner, and I hate to say it, but SGS Arts was right on this occasion. So thanks very much for watching. Again, it's a short review because I don't want to go into every scene in every detail, because with these kinds of films, it's your pleasure is seeing them for the first time and not knowing what's going to happen. There's just so many beautiful, wonderful moments. And again, I think what elevates this is it has a heart. You know, you can have films like that, but they're a bit cynical and they just don't work completely. But this works absolutely completely because it's got a heart, and because of the two lead performances, they're just sensational. And again, it is one of those films that is just way too short at 103 minutes. Don't get me wrong, it still works as a film for 103 minutes, but you just want to spend more time with these two characters because they're just wonderful. So thanks very much for watching. Please let me know if you've seen Kamikaze Girls and which character is your favourite and which one of the two girls you identify with. And hopefully join me again for more random reviews where, who knows, I might watch a film this year that becomes my new favourite film of the year. Even though I think it might take some to beat Kamikaze Girls, even though Kamikaze Girls did beat I Am Waiting, and I Am Waiting sensational. But we'll see, it is only January after all. So thanks so much for watching. This is Solitary Ronin from Solitary Ronin Films, away to lie down somewhere, saying farewell.